Okay, welcome to your English class, my dearest students. Good evening, Mari. Obrigado.
Hello, teacher, I come back.
Nice, excellent. No, ya veo que usted me está cambiando. Ya veo que usted me
No,
está...
now eu saber cómo es, pero yo ahí trato. Ay, créame que y me toca ver las clases a veces en el trabajo y ay, ahí estoy, vea, y en la tarde como que algo perdida a veces, pero pues sí, ahí
No,
voy.
but I really appreciate it because you are a very responsible student. Thank you so much.
Ay,
Let's see. Good evening, Robert. How are you? Hello,
Good evening,
Robert.
teacher.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Welcome to your class.
Fine.
Nice. Excellent. So, Berito, good evening again. I don't know what happened with Natalia. Nati, is your microphone working?
Good night,
Ah,
teacher.
nice. Excellent.
Es
Hello.
que estaba mandando a la cama a los niños.
Ah, no. Okay, nice. Excellent. Welcome to your English class. Good evening. Good evening again, Berito. And good evening to all of you. So, we are going to start the class having a simple conversation according to the 3 questions below. I got question number 1. Could you please, Robert, can you help me to read, please? Just question 1.
Okay, the question one is go live without your mobile?
Oh, wait a minute. Yes,
We,
excellent. Could you live without your mobile? Could you, espérame que ahí me comí el pronoun. Aquí está, could you live without, ahí estamos. Okay, please, again. Thank you.
okay, could you live without your mobile?
¿Podrías vivir sin tu celular? Number 2, Robert, thank you.
How many hours do you spend on social network?
¿Cuántas horas pasas en las redes sociales? En number 3.
What is the most useful apps for you?
¿Y cuál es la aplicación o la app que es más útil para ti? Okay, thank you so much, Robert. So, according to question number 1, could you live without your mobile? In my case, my God, will be very difficult because I use my mobile not just to chatting with my friends, not just to chatting with my family, I use my mobile to communicate with my teachers and my students. So for me, it's a tool. Hey, ¿qué significa tool? Se los mando ahí al chat. ¿Qué significa tool?
herramienta.
Exacto. So es una herramienta. For me, it's a tool to communicate with my students and my teachers. So what about you, Robert? Could you live without your cell phone? Se prepara Mari.
Mm, to be honest, teacher, I could live without my cell phone
Why?
because I can entertain myself with other things, how trace.
Ajá.
What do you say, juegos de mesa?
Table
Or
games.
table games. But it is very important to last. It serves a lot if one knows how to mm, occupy or
To use?
yes to use.
Mhm.
I consider that if it could like without it, but I like to have it and be able to use it.
Yes, excellent. Mari, please be ready. So, I consider nowadays, hoy en día, nowadays to have a cell phone, to have a mobile it's not just for entertainment. It's a necessity, right, Mari? Se prepara René.
Yes, in my case, I think it's impossible because in my work, I need my cell phone. But the reason is for I work all day, but I need watch any series or
Ajá.
or listen any songs or
Ujú.
while all day. But for me, it's very necessary for specifically entertainment.
Excellent. For example, in my case, One of the ways, una de las formas, one of the ways, se prepara René, that I use my cell phone is to take my stress out. Lo que hablábamos ayer. Para mí es una forma de quitarme el estrés. How? ¿Cómo? Well, watching Netflix, chatting with my friends, listening podcasts, watching TikToks, because I got a TikTok account. I don't do TikToks because I don't like it, but I like to watch TikToks. What about you, Rene? Could you live without your mobile? Teacher, what is the difference between cell phone and mobile? It is the same, but cell phone is American and mobile is British. So, Rene, could you live without your cell phone? Se prepara Nati.
Mm, I don't know. Maybe because in my house I don't use my cell phone much.
Nice.
But when I go out, my house, yes, it's useful because for an emergency.
Emergency. Yes, it is. Excellent. Thank you, Rene. For example, my parents are 60. Well, my mom is 61 years old and my dad is 60. But my grandma is 87 or 88. But el punto es, the point is, my grandma knows how to use a cell phone in a really good way. And also, please believe me, she has a tablet. And I don't know how, but she knows how to download music. Una vez la llegué a visitar, ella vive en Aguachapán y la voy encontrando downloading music, rancheras music. I don't know how it's possible because she's 88, almost 90. Yes, let's see. Yes, almost 90 years old. So she knows how to use a tablet. Okay, what about you, Nati? Could you live without your mobile? Se prepara Berito.
No, I don't.
It is impossible, right? Because it's a necessity.
Yes, impossible. In my case, my mobile is it's my tool of
Me
work.
too.
Um, how do you say venta?
Selling.
Um, I'm selling ice cream.
Oh, nice. Ay, se me fue la palabra. Ice cream. Ay, ¿cómo es que se llama este? ¿Cómo es que de artisanal ice cream o de common ice cream?
No, is ice cream Sarita.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Then,
So,
then customer write in my phone.
You need to communicate with your customers, right?
Yes.
For example,
My phone is my tool. Is my tool of work.
Excellent. Teacher, me too. In my case, Natil, my mobile, it's my tool. Es mi machete. Thank you. Berito, what about you? Could you live without your mobile? Be ready, Jenny.
I don't know, teacher. Because that's where I spend my free time.
For example, do you use your cell phone for work or just for study?
For work.
For work, okay. It's your tool.
Yes.
Okay, es mi herramienta, teacher. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you, Berito. Jenny, what about you? Be ready, Edenilson. Could you live without your mobile?
I don't know. Because today it has become a very necessary
Yes.
tool either for studies or work. For
Mm-hmm.
example, to, ¿cómo se dice? Quitar el estrés.
Take out the stress.
Take out stress.
Yes, totally agree. Yes, of course. That's happened to me. Um that's my reason, Jenny, because I use my cell phone to take my stress out in order to watching Netflix, listening to music, watching videos on TikTok, etc. So, Edenilson, what about you? Could you live without your mobile? Be ready, Aníbal.
Question number what was that, teacher?
Yes, question one.
Yes, we would agree to submitting
Mm-hmm.
think else.
For example, how do you use your cell phone? I'm going to give you my example, Edenilson. In my case, I use my cell phone, number one, to communicate with my students and my teachers. Number two, to having fun watching videos on Instagram, watching videos on TikTok, and number three, to communicate with my family in United States. What about you?
Number two.
No, I'm asking. ¿Cómo utilizas tu celular? Yo te dije mis ejemplos. Now, please, now, you. I said, number one, to communicate, para comunicarme, to communicate with my family, my students, my teachers. Number two, to communicate or to be in contact. Puede ser otra forma de decirlo, estar en contacto. To be, el verbo to be in contact with my family in United States. What about you? How do you use your cell phone?
For homework
Homeworks,
or
excellent.
for
Mhm.
homework or listen to music.
Excellent. Homeworks and listening to music. Excellent. Thank you, Denilson. Aníbal, what about you? Could you live without your mobile? Be ready, Jennifer.
Hello. No, I
I
couldn't.
couldn't. Excellent.
I
Why?
couldn't because for my work, my cell
Mm-hmm.
phone is in this indispensable
It's a
tool.
necessity. It's indispensable.
Indispensable tool.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So
Yes.
in my case, Aníbal, I use my cell phone to, as I said before, como lo dije antes, to, to be in contact with my students, to be in contact with my family who lives in United States, to be in contact with my teachers. And also, yes, to watching videos, listening to music. Okay, what about you? How do you use your cell phone?
I use my cell phone for all my my
To communicate, to take your stress
compañeros,
out.
compañeros de
Your
trabajo,
coworkers. Se los mando al
coworker.
chat. Co-workers. Ahí está, compañeros de trabajo. Coworkers.
Yes,
Ok.
this
Ajá.
is the principal reason
Excellent.
for my 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 use
Mhm.
the cell.
And what could be the second reason? For example, in my case, the first reason is to communicate with my students. The second reason, to be in contact with my friends. What about you? The first one,
Mm,
to be in contact with the coworkers. And the second?
in contact with my my customers.
Your customers. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Aníbal. It's a necessity. I think to have a cell phone is not a hobby at all. O sea, no es del todo un pasatiempo. It's not a hobby. For me, I consider it a big necessity. Thank you so much, Aníbal. Jennifer, what about you? And I'm going to finish this question with Fabiola. Jennifer, could you live without your cell phone?
Yes, I could live without my cell phone. The last year, I passed 5 days without internet and signal.
What was the reason?
I went to a cruise here and I don't have internet
Signal.
and not
Connection.
connections. And was a really good experience because no one
bother you.
no
Te
one,
molestó.
yes. Yes.
And
Yeah,
you have
but
time to take pictures, right?
yes, and that's the only use for my cell phone in this in that moment.
5 days. Okay, that is
Yes,
good.
5 days.
Excellent. Perfect. Okay. So, but nowadays, y hoy en día, what can be your opinion?
No, because I work with social networks and I need to be
in contact
all the days, all the hours.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm going to finish this question with Fabiola and I'm going to continue with question number 1 y voy a iniciar la pregunta número 2 con Roberto. Okay, Fabi, question 1. In your very personal opinion, could you live without your cell phone, your mobile?
Okay, teacher. To be honestly, I think no. I call it without my cell phone because I consider my cell phone is a skill for my work and a skill for to connect with my family and my friends. And I like to take photos every day and every time with spend time with my friends and my family. I think it's my life. I
Is your
don't know.
maybe it's a tool? Because in my
Yeah,
case,
it's a
it
tool.
is a tool. It's a big
Yeah,
tool in my life.
me too. It's very tool for my life and for my work, for everything. Like,
Hey, what is the most that you can spend on a cell phone? For example, in my case, I cannot pay more than $250. Yes, no more than 200. Yo creo que yo no daría más de 250, 200 pesos por un celular. No more than 250. What about you? You're
okay,
laughing.
last year.
Okay.
Okay, my opinion. Really, I don't know because really I love the iPhones and iPhones is really expensive.
Expensive.
Expensive, thank you. And the last year I spent $500
500.
for my iPhone, and now I have iPhone X, and I spend $15. Really, I don't know. I don't have the spend for me.
I got an iPhone, but was a present from my mom. Yes, because I got an iPhone, but because was a present, but it could be the opposite. No, a Samsung could be okay for me. A Nokia could be okay. No, I'm kidding, but a Samsung could be okay. Yes, but I got an iPhone because it was a present. But I consider iPhones are very useful. They got many apps and many options to use it. And
Yes,
the camera, I like the camera.
yes. I had the Samsung too, but I was 5 years when I have 17 years. I will to use only iPhone, and I love the iPhone. But yes, I can consider Samsung again, but I love the camera and an iPhone
Yes.
because it's better for me.
Yes, that's the first reason that I got an iPhone. Well, the first one because it was a present, but the second is I like the
The
cameras.
camera. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Fabi. Be ready for the second. So, Robert, please, again. ¿Cuántas horas pasas en las redes sociales? Vamos a ver, señores. How many hours do you spend? En esta pregunta no me voy a tardar tanto. How many hours do you spend on social network? ¿Se prepara Mari?
In my case, teacher, maybe about 4 hours a day,
Excellent.
and or at my lunch. And
Mhm.
when I come from work, I often use game apps. Also, they may extend to about 5 hours. Hours,
5 hours. Okay, five
yes.
hours per day. Okay, that's normal. Thank you so much. Mari, what about you? How many hours do you spend on social network? Be ready, Rene.
Maybe two, no, that's okay. Maybe 8 hours
Mhm.
in all day, but because I have a chat
Uh-huh.
or maybe any networks,
Mhm.
networks or only information. It's not
Okay.
necessary for only chats. No, not
Okay.
but so only information.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's continue. I said, yo creo que no mencioné a nadie, ¿verdad? I said Rene. Yes, Rene, please. What about you? How many hours do you spend on social network? Be ready, Natalia.
Mm, I 2 or 3 hours a day
Mhm.
because I don't use much social networks.
You
I
don't
only
like it.
use chat
Okay. Mhm.
or for see a news.
Mhm. Ok, excelente, thank you so much. No estoy haciendo como conversación, pero me gusta porque me dicen cuántas horas y me dan la razón del por qué. Excelente, eso es lo que yo quiero. Muy bien, thank you, René. Nati, what about you? Question number 2. ¿Se prepara Verónica?
In my case, for the moment,
Ajá,
there are no classes in the university.
ajá.
I use um, social social network all day.
All day,
But
24
other week,
hours.
yes.
Really? 24 hours per day?
No, no. That's
10, 8,
10,
6.
10 or 11 a.m.
10 or 11 hours.
No, little.
Okay, I get confused. My question is very simple. How many hours do you spend in a day?
Um, 6 at
Ah,
7 hours.
6 or 7 hours. Okay, but
Mhm.
that's normal. That's normal. Yes, that's normal. Okay. Thank you so much, Nati.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher. To my whose husband, no is normal.
Oh yes, I agree with her. I agree with him. If his opinion is like that, yes, I maybe agree. But 8 or 7 is a kind of normal for me. Okay, nice. Thank you so much. Let's see, Berito. What about you? Please be ready, Albert. Question number 2.
Mhm. Okay. The truth is that I spent 30 minutes
Wow.
on Facebook and on WhatsApp. I spent
Mm-hmm.
most of my time because for my work.
Mm-hmm.
For example, about two two to 3 hours.
Okay, that's normal. Excellent. Thank you so much. Albert, what about you? How many hours do you spend on social network?
I don't know exactly, but maybe 3 or 4 hours
Per day.
because, hey, yeah, per day because I review promotions and I see the competition and for me it's important my competition. But
okay.
my, ¿cómo se dice? Mi rubro? What do you say, rubro?
My business. My
Yeah,
business.
because my business and I have
to be incompetence in order to be or in order to give best options to customers.
Yeah. I need I necesito saberlo.
I need to know.
I need to know my competition.
Okay. Hey, according to question number 1, Albert, could you live without your cell phone?
What? No understand. Repeat, please.
Question 1. Could you live
Número uno.
without? Okay, why?
Móvil. Que si podría vivir sin el móvil.
¿Sin su celular?
No, because my mobile is part my day because I use but my work. No.
It's a tool. We were talking tool, herramienta. It's a tool.
It's a tool important.
It's an important tool and it's also a necessity, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Albert. As I said before, I think to have a mobile, to have a cell phone, is not a hobby. It's not a luxury. O sea, no es porque, yo quiero andar a la moda. Nowadays, it's a necessity, right?
Yeah, no. Includes, but because no. When I go to drink coffee or eat restaurant because I try not
to use.
Not to use mobile. I try.
Yes, I hate. Yes, I prefer to have a simple conversation, but I hate when people all the time are watching their cell phones. It is disrespectful.
Yeah.
It is disrespectful. Yes, of course. Okay, thank you so much, Albert. Okay, to continue with question number 2, I need a volunteer, porque ya por el tiempo voy finalizando con voluntarios. Mari, I said question number 2.
Number 2 or number 3?
No, number 2. Solo 2 voluntarios más para la 2 y paso a la 3. Ok.
Aunque ya le haya respondido a esa.
Sí, la 2 creo que sí. Ahí me ayuda con la 3 cuando iniciemos. Ok, thank you, Mari. Mari,
solo la leo.
Excelente, please.
How many hours do you spend on social network?
Ok, volunteer, please.
Me, teacher.
Edenilson, number 1. Fabiola, number 2. Cabal, con ustedes dos finalizo la pregunta 2. Edenilson, pregunta 2. How many hours do you spend on social network?
Not much more the minimum 3 hours chatting and listening to music or doing homework.
Okay, excellent. No more than 10. Okay, that's a pretty good. Okay, Fabi, what about you?
Okay, in my case, on my phone, I have a report and I think I use the time, the apps, 8 to 10 hours per day because I listen to podcasts in the morning and I like to watch the videos on TikTok. And really, I have to calls every day for my work.
Okay, yes, it's a big tool. Thank you so much. Okay, Question number 3, Mari.
Mhm.
What is the most useful apps for you?
What is the most?
¿Cuál es la aplicación que usted más utiliza? For example, we got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube. Yes.
Well, in my day off, when I drive to a long time, I use every time the Google Maps.
Google
But
Maps.
yeah, but the other days in my work, I use Spotify and I like use Netflix and only use on the last days Instagram. But
Instagram.
I have a Facebook too.
It depends of the day, right? Or it depends of the situation. So
Yeah, depending on the situation, because with my friends, I have a lot of chatting or text. I don't know, what did you say? Text or chat.
Chat es el
In,
verbo, chatear. Y ya, por ejemplo, en contexto de decir mandar un texto es texting.
okay, texting with my friends for Instagram or WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a good idea for calls free.
Okay, yes it is. Okay, good. Hey, that is one of the advantage. Esa es una de las ventajas de las redes sociales. One of the advantages is most of them are free to use or maybe not too much expensive, right?
Especially for calls internationals. International calls.
Yes. International calls. Excellent. Thank you. Really nice opinion, Mari. So, volunteer, please. What is the most useful app for you, students?
Me, teacher.
Edenilson, thank you. Please, go ahead.
En question number 3, ¿verdad?
Yes. Question 3.
YouTube Music, TikTok, WhatsApp, and the music player are the honest I use the most.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Nice opinion. Volunteer, please. Question number 3.
Me, teacher.
Okay, Robert, thank you.
I consider it depends. To communicate it with the WhatsApp, to entertain, no, what do you say? Entretenerme.
To be
And
entertainment, estar entretenido o entretenida. To be, el verbo to be entertainment.
to be entertainment.
Yes.
Myself on Facebook or Instagram to task or look for information. I use Google or YouTube many times. And apart from the fact that I also like photo editors, and I consider that they I'll have different use and are important, but I
Okay.
will putting them to good use.
Ajá.
Yes, that's all.
Ok. Solo te corrijo en una palabra. Teacher, ¿cómo digo aparte de? Any idea, students? ¿Cómo digo? Ah, y aparte de. Any idea? 5, 4, 3. Se dice besides. Se los mando al chat. Besides. Ahí estamos. Besides. Thank you so much, Robert. Okay, volunteer, please. I need 2 more y aquí termino esta dinámica. 2 more, please. Berito, thank you. Could you please give us your opinion? Question number 3. Y tú eliges a la última persona. Te voy a dar nombres y tú me dices a quién. Albert, Aníbal, Jennifer o René o Jenny.
Jenny.
Okay, Jenny, nos preparamos. So, Berito, what is the most useful app?
For me, the most useful application is WhatsApp. Since that is where receive all the information about my work receive a message for the both.
Okay, nice, excellent. Thank you, Berito. Jenny, please, I'm going to finish with your opinion.
In WhatsApp because it serves as but to send messages and to make video calls over long distances.
With a long distance.
Long distance.
Como decía Mari, international calls. Para llamadas internacionales puede ser un ejemplo. International calls. Okay, Jenny, excellent. Thank you so much. And thanks to all of you, my dearest students. Okay, vamos a finalizar en este caso con 2 ejercicios y para eso necesito que ustedes me ayuden porque lo vamos a hacer together. So please pay attention and help me. Vamos con los contables y los no contables. Ayúdenme a clasificar. Fish, it is.
Countable.
Are you sure?
Uncountable.
Incontable.
Uncountable.
Countable o uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Ya les voy a explicar por qué. Anote. Potato.
Countable.
Countable.
Countable. Pasta.
Incontable.
Uncountable. Si tiene dudas, me las pregunta después, ¿ok? Bread.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Banana.
Countable.
Countable. Pear.
Countable.
Countable. Sandwich.
Countable.
Countable. Flour. Harina.
Countable.
Uncountable. Sugar.
Uncountable.
Onion.
Countable.
Grape.
Countable.
Carrot.
Countable.
Water.
Uncountable.
Tomato.
Countable.
Cheese.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Chocolate.
Uncountable.
Butter.
Uncountable.
Si tiene dudas, después me pregunta, ¿ok? Biscuit.
Uncountable.
Countable.
Countable? Yes. Rice.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Egg.
Countable.
Ok, excelente. Muy bien, dudas. Teacher, ¿por qué o por qué sí o por qué no? ¿Dudas o everything is clear?
Everything is clear.
Ok. Pregunta, ¿por qué el pescado es uncountable?
Por la variedad.
Por la variedad. 1, 2,
Porque hay demasiados en el mar.
3. La tercera es bien,
Porque
es bien chistosa.
nacen más, se crean más.
Exacto, por eso la tercera es bien chistosa, les iba a decir, porque eso, porque como nacen miles y miles y miles todos los días. Ok, finalizo con el siguiente, ayúdenme a clasificar. Fruit use.
Uncountable.
Garlic. Espérenme, vamos a hacerlo grande. Espérenme, vamos a ver, yo creo que se... espérenme, vamos a ver si se puede. No, no puedo hacer más grande la pantalla. Qué raro. Control más, qué raro, no puedo. Ok, perdón, ahí, garlic.
Countable. Countable porque son dientes de ajos.
Ajá, entonces.
Uncountable.
Ok.
Porque no sabemos cuántos vienen en la cabeza.
Exacto. Biscuits.
Uncountable.
Broccoli.
Uncountable.
On?
Uncountable.
Ok, si tiene duda después se
Incontable.
las aclaro. Peppers.
Countable.
Countable.
Carrots.
Countable.
Countable.
Grapes.
Countable.
Incontable.
Uy, por ahí lo pusimos en contra. Strawberries.
Countable.
Countable.
Sugar.
Uncountable.
Countable.
Incontable.
Water.
Uncountable.
Ok,
Incontable.
acuérdese que la pronunciación es con O, es uncountable. Uncountable. Banana.
Countable.
Countable.
Cucumber.
Countable.
Countable.
Salmon.
Countable.
Y
Uncountable.
sabía que este también así se dice el color salmón también. Salmon. Cheese.
Uncountable.
Countable.
Uncountable. Pears.
Countable.
Countable.
Onions.
Countable.
Eggs.
Countable.
Milk. Ok.
Uncountable.
Ok, vamos a ver en este caso.
Teacher,
Excelente.
ayer me quedó una duda.
Dígame, hija.
¿Por qué cuando daba los ejemplos de los contables aparecían los vegetales y la ensalada?
Vaya, en el caso de la ensalada es uncountable. Pero me refiero cuando tenemos un bol. O sea, a los salvadoreños, cuando tenemos un plato hondo y lleno de un montón de tipos de ensalada es uncountable. Cuando tenemos la ensalada, aparte que aquí tengo los tomates, aquí tengo el pepino, esos dos son contables. Pero, por ejemplo, la lechuga de lettuce, esa es uncountable. ¿Por qué?
Porque no sabemos cuántas ramitas tiene.
Exacto, porque no sabemos cuántas hojas, cuántas capas, ¿verdad? Cuántas capas tiene. Entonces, en ese caso no todas las verduras y no todos los vegetales siempre van a ser, como los tomates son contables, todos son contables. Por ejemplo, como el ejemplo del garlic. Por ahí me dijeron, porque la cabecita no sabemos cuántos dientitos trae. Entonces, por eso es que en el inglés americano ellos dicen que es uncountable. Por ejemplo, el brócoli. Dice, pero yo aquí tengo un arbolito de brócoli. En el inglés americano da a entender que no saben cuántas, por decírselo así, cuántos palitos, cuántas ramitas van a salir. Entonces, por eso el brócoli es uncountable.
Teacher, tengo una duda.
Dígame.
En el caso de name, de los nombres, ¿son contables o incontables?
Ok, señorita, excelente pregunta. Ahorita vamos con eso. Uy, ya le voy a la copia ahí. Termino con esto, señores. Yo les dejé una homework. Tenemos air, apple, book, butter, dollar, money. Y vamos a ver la diferencia entre el dólar y el money. News, shoe, table, tennis, water. Ayúdenme para responder la pregunta de Berito. Air.
Uncountable.
Okay. Uncountable. Apple.
Countable.
Countable. Book.
Countable.
Countable. Butter.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Pero cuando usted la derrita no sabe cuánto líquido en este caso. Tantas gotitas de margarina. Entonces por eso es uncountable. Dólar.
Countable.
Exacto, porque usted me puede decir tengo $5. Es contable, ¿verdad? Money.
Yes.
Uncountable.
¿Por qué? Porque el dinero
No se puede contar.
es
no sabemos
infinito.
cuánto es.
Exacto,
Ajá.
porque todos los días hacen pisto nuevo, ¿verdad? Entonces, por eso es que el money es uncountable, aparte, igual que los números, aparte de ser infinito. Name. Exacto, ¿por qué? Porque, teacher, pero hay un montón de nombres, sí, pero los nombres tienen un tope. Más de algún nombre no se repite o no todos los días inventan un nombre nuevo, vea. O sea, aquí los nombres, perdón, se pueden contar. Shoe.
Countable.
Uy, perdón, news.
News uncountable.
Uncountable. ¿Por qué? Vaya, y quiero explicar antes de ahí, yo sé que ya nos vamos a pasar un poquito. Quiero explicar el de news. Dice, pero yo puedo decir, tengo una noticia, no. Las news, que son las noticias que vemos en la televisión, es como el internet. Es como la electricidad. Son cosas que no podemos decir en mi mano tengo noticias. Entonces, por eso es uncountable. Ok, hoy sí, perdón que les apague el micrófono. Quería explicar eso. Vamos con shoe.
Countable.
Contable.
Vamos con tenis.
Countable.
Espérenme, vamos con shoe, vamos con table, perdón.
Countable.
Table,
Countable, tenis.
Tenis,
Countable.
¿Qué es tenis
No,
para comenzar?
Countable.
Es un sport.
quizás
Es un sport. Este es un deporte.
uncountable.
Usted pensó en el zapato, ¿verdad? Ajá.
Yes, I think.
son
And shoes.
sneakers, ¿verdad?
Exacto, ese es sneaker. Entonces aquí estamos hablando de tenis, pero de el deporte. Usted no puede decir tengo tantos deportes en mi mano. Entonces por eso todos los deportes son uncountable. Y el último, uncountable, porque usted ya sabe que los líquidos no se pueden contar. Señores, ¿dudas o preguntas?
No.
Ok, chicos, mañana tengo evaluación de conversación. Ahí les voy a mandar ahí siempre las preguntas, porque en este caso me encanta que ustedes vayan avanzando, porque ese es mi objetivo, que avancemos en conversación. Señores, pasen una excelente noche y nos vemos mañana a las 9 en punto. Good night, people.
Night, teacher.
Good night.
Hi, teacher.
See you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, night. God bless you.